Welcome to Tech in Focus, your weekly briefing on what's really happening in the world of technology. Today, we're talking about AI power plays, from the C-suite right down to the coders on the front lines. We're going to unpack how the tech giants are rethinking management, uncover a wild new and very costly race in software development, and of course, get a sneak peek at what Apple's been working on. Let's get right into it.
First up, we're going to see how the biggest companies are looking to AI not just to build products, but to actually help run the business itself. Then we'll dive into a brand new, high-stakes competition that's completely taking over software development. And yeah, it's costing companies a fortune. And finally, we get to look at what Apple might be planning for its next wave of devices, from phones that fold to cameras that could rival the pros. All right, let's kick things off with Meta. So Mark Zuckerberg has this classic problem, right? His company is massive, absolutely huge, but he wants it to move like a quick, nimble startup. His solution? Well, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction. A personal AI agent built to help him manage his entire 78,000 employee corporation. Now, what's really fascinating here is the total contrast in vision. You've got Zuckerberg building AI to streamline his existing company from the inside. But then you have Jeff Bezos, who's taking a totally different approach with this thing called Project Prometheus. He's raising a massive AI fund to go out and buy new companies and then turbocharge them from the outside. And the scale of what Bezos is trying to do here is, well, it's just staggering. He's aiming to raise $100 billion. To give you some perspective, that's more than the entire GDP of many countries. The whole idea is to buy up companies in heavy industries, think aerospace, manufacturing, and then use AI to completely optimize their operations from the ground up. This whole battle for AI dominance isn't just about the strategy at the top. It's also a flat-out war for talent. You know, while a lot of tech companies are laying people off, OpenAI is doing the exact opposite. They are on a massive hiring spree. The plan is to nearly double their staff to 8,000 people, all so they can gear up to fight for those huge corporate clients against powerful rivals like Anthropic. So this corporate arms race, it isn't just happening behind closed doors. All of this investment, all of this competition, it's directly fueling the creation of more and more powerful AI tools that we can actually use in our everyday lives. Take Google Translate, for instance. They're rolling out this new AI-powered practice mode. So you can listen to a word, try saying it yourself, and the AI will actually give you phonetic feedback to help you improve. It's kind of like having a personal language tutor right there in your pocket. It's starting with English and Spanish. And at the same time, the race in AI image generation is getting really, really fierce. Microsoft just dropped MI Image 2, and it is making some serious waves. It's not just that it creates these incredibly photorealistic images, but it's also amazing at rendering text, which has always been a really hard thing for AI to get right, and that has already shot it straight up to third place in the rankings, right behind the big guns from OpenAI and Google. But all of this incredible new AI power has created a really strange and a very expensive side effect. It's a whole new kind of competition that's happening inside these tech companies. People are calling it tokenmaxxing. Okay, so what's a token? Just think of it as a piece of information, a word, a chunk of code that an AI model has to process. The more complex your task, the more tokens you use. Well, now, programmers are literally competing to see who can burn through the most tokens. Companies like Meta and OpenAI even have internal leaderboards to track it, basically making high AI use a sign of high productivity. And the scale of this is, well, it's just mind-boggling. Get this. A single engineer at OpenAI set a company record by using 210 billion tokens in just 1 week. To give you an idea of how much that is, it's enough text data to fill all of Wikipedia 33 times over. So now, having access to basically unlimited AI, that's become the new ultimate corporate perk. You've got developers running AI agents around the clock to automate their jobs, and their employers are the ones footing these massive bills. Just as developer Max Linder put it, he's probably spending more on his AI assistant Claude than what his own salary costs the company. Wild. All right, finally, let's turn our attention over to Cupertino, because while the rest of the world is going crazy over AI, new reports are giving us a little glimpse into Apple's super secretive plans for their hardware and software. You know, Apple, they're famous for not being first to do something, but trying to be the best when they finally do it. And that seems to be exactly the plan for a foldable phone. To avoid all those screen damage problems that hit the early foldable phones,
They're reportedly developing some really serious protective tech for this so-called iPhoneFold, including things like self-healing glass and a new dual-layer display designed to finally get rid of that awful crease. And here's a great story that only came out because of a lawsuit. We now know that Apple was actually in talks to buy Lux Optics. That's the company behind the super popular pro camera app, Halide. Now, the deal didn't go through, but the goal was pretty clear. Apple wanted to acquire their tech and their talent to build professional-grade camera software right into the iPhone 18 Pro.
So when you look at it all together, AI copilots for CEOs, AI agents writing their own code and racking up these billion token bills, the whole tech landscape is just shifting right under our feet faster than ever. And it leaves us with a really critical question to think about. As AI starts to manage and create, what's the next great frontier for human work and for human innovation?
Thank you for watching. For more professional AI insights, remember to like this video and subscribe to AI Corecast.